Dahil ba Gen X tayo? Dahil walang feelings sa atin?
Pinalaki tayong ganun. So,
Umiyak ka.
Ang regret ko lang siguro, hindi ko masyadong naparamdam sa kanya. Ang daming opportunities na lumampas lang.
Ba't nangyari? So for the longest time, oh my gosh, I was really, really angry.
For context, WRR 101.9 for life. Yeah. Welcome sa Kwentuhang Magaan, pero may laman.
We'll be giving you our takes on issues at mga bagay na napag-uusapan na napapanahon.
But remember, ito naman ay
ang akin lang. And well, I am your on-air to online TJ, Tita Jock Rosel.
And I am your on-air to online TJ, Tito Jock, Eric. Kinanta ko talaga. Anyway, we might be laughing right now, but this, ladies and gentlemen, will be our, kasi nga, di ba?
Yeah. November ngayon.
By the time you'd be watching this, undas this, undas that.
Mm-hmm. Andito mo talaga.
Undas it.
Oh, consistent ka.
Oo, di ba? Siyempre, kailangan branding yan eh. So, let this serve as our All Souls Day episode.
Yes.
You know?
Oo.
When we speak about All Souls Day, siyempre, ito kasi, sa ating mga Pinoy, mas kilala natin yung All Saints Day. Mm-hmm. Diba? Mm-hmm. November 1. All Saints Day. Yun yung panahon na tayo sumusugod sa mga sementeryo to pay respects and to commemorate.
Yes.
Tama ba? Commemorate.
Yes, to remember.
Our loved ones
na
nauna na sa atin. Pero, dapat ginagawa talaga natin November 2.
Kasi All Souls Day.
Oo. Yung All Saints Day being I think it's a Catholic, diba? Parang feast day ng mga santo.
Ng mga santo.
Yun. So collectively, diba? Kasi we have so many saints.
Oo.
Dun yun sa November 1.
So November 1. Yung iba naman, October 31 pa lang, pagkatapos mag-trick or treat, nandun na kasi gusto nilang i-avoid yung crowds.
May mga kilala nga ako, 30 pa lang.
Nandun
October
na.
30.
Kasi nga, parking,
yes,
masikip, magulo.
Sila yung mga ayaw ng maraming masyadong, yung masikip ang kapaligiran.
Okay. But whatever it is, whether pumupunta ka sa sementeryo o nagsisindi ka ng kandila sa bahay October 30 o hanggang November 2 o November 4 pa yan, this is the time, it's a special time to remember and commemorate, like you said, yung mga taong nawala na sa buhay natin, na sumakabilang parlor, mga taong nawala na sa buhay natin. Sa makabilang parlor.
Okay yun.
Na mga nagpaalam na. Mga umexit frame na.
Yan.
Making light lang. But of course, it's a very sad topic or it's a very sensitive topic. So, siguro trigger warning din dun sa mga recently na nawala ng mahal sa buhay. Lost their loved ones. Eric, I know you lost your mom. Was it a year na ba?
No,
magto 2 years na ba?
2 years. Magto 2 years na this
Parang kailan
December.
lang.
Yeah.
Parang kailan lang yung pumunta ako sa wake. Diba?
Oo nga, no? Magto 2 years na this December. Yeah.
All right. So this episode is for you if you're dealing with grief or gusto mo lang manood na gusto mo gusto mong huminga, gusto mong maramdaman na may kasama ka at may nakakaintindi sa'yo. Lahat naman tayo na pagdaanan yan at one point or another. Or pagdadaanan na ako, ayaw mo talagang mawala ng mahal sa buhay.
Hindi talaga.
They say it's the hardest thing ever. Okay. So siguro pag-usapan na natin, are we ready for personal experiences of death in the family? Ready ka na?
Yes.
Oh, really? Gusto mo ako muna?
Binulong sa mic.
Yes. Hindi kasi ako, tuwing tinatanong ako, para light lang muna.
Yeah.
Tuwing tinatanong ako ng mga, nawala ang mahal sa buhay. My dad passed away kasi, tagal, siguro mga 2004? So it's been quite a while, more than 20 years. Diba? Saktong 20 years na. And hindi na siya kasing fresh nung nangyari siya.
Yeah.
And so for me, parang I can look back at it. I can look back at the experience already na medyo may perspective na naka-move on. Hindi move on na hindi mo na siya mahal or hindi ka na nalulungkot. Pero yung nasanay na dun sa ganong system, sa ganong buhay nawala na siya sa mundo. Unlike someone who's lost a parent or a loved one recently, that would be you, diba? But all of us, sabi ko nga, lahat tayo dumadaan sa ganong episode sa buhay.
Tsaka ano kasi, well, nabanggit mo kasi you lost your dad. Sabi ko nga, I lost my mom recently. Pero ako rin, wala na rin kasing tatay. You know, si daddy, nauna siya noong baka multuhin ako. 2010 nga ba? 2011.
So fairly
2011.
recent.
2011.
Oh.
Yeah. Pero before my dad died, kasi hindi na namin siya kasama eh. He left for the States 1989. He came back 2005 na. So, medyo matagal. Diba?
Yeah.
Although we were in touch naman, may email na noong mga panahon na yun.
May kuryente na. Hindi po kami ganong katanda.
And then, nung bumalik siya ng 2005, it was just for a few days. We got together again. I won't go deep into details already. Tapos pag-alis niya, sabi niya, sige, babalik din ako soon. And that was the time that, nalaman niya may cancer siya.
Oh, no.
So,
sorry to hear
nagpagamot
that.
muna siya doon, ulit. Tapos, nawala ng cancer. And then he was ready to come back again for a vacation, mga 2010. Tapos nag-relapse. And alam naman natin, the big C, pag yan bumalik,
Mas
matindi. Minsan, hindi mo na alam kung nasan siya. It's all over. And that's what happened to him. So, mabilis. So, he died in 2011. Although I wanted to go there, sabi ko parang ang daming balakid. Ang daming...
So he died in the States?
Yeah, he died in the States.
Yeah.
Tapos doon na rin siya nakalibing. Tapos, ayun. So, iba yung intensity nung aking grief with my dad compared to how
When you lost your mom.
Compared to when we lost si mami nga noong 2023. So, ano siya, hindi naman sasabihin natin, mas mahal mo kasi nanay mo. Hindi. I mean, circumstances would actually play a huge role doon sa nangyari sa family namin. So, iba talaga yung feeling na, kasi mom was always there. Si mami nandun lagi.
Yes, nasanay ka na nandun siya lagi.
During my teenage years, siya yung nanay at tatay ko. Diba? Although I had a dad na pwede mo naman sulatan anytime, sasagot din. Pero yung physical presence, nakakausap, nakikinig sa'yo.
Natatakbuhan mo.
Ayun. So, iba yung level of grief. And when mom passed, parang pwede natin sabihin ready na ako. Kasi
okay.
she was nagkaroon siya ng Alzheimer's dementia. Hindi pa namin alam.
Okay.
So we only got her treatment siguro late 2021 na, mga ganun. Pero sabi ng doktor siguro nag-develop siya even before the pandemic started. About 2017, 2018. And all the while we thought na ito lang yung signs na nag-uulyanin na si mami. Sumusungit na, tumatanda na kasi.
Tumatanda na.
Yeah, lagi na lang mainit ang ulo. Ganun.
Yeah.
And we didn't think, wala kaming kaalam-alam about, and it didn't cross, kasi may mga nabasa naman na ako dati, but it didn't cross my mind na baka dementia. So, ayan, so awareness para sa mga nanonood, nakikinig ngayon.
Yeah.
If your mom, your lola, your lolo, your dad would display kakaibang pag-uugali na,
right,
wag natin ilalagay kaagad under the category of tumatanda na kasi.
Yes.
Nag-uulyanin na kasi.
Yes.
And there's a science behind that na pwedeng matulungan tayo ng mga doktor.
At para mas maintindihan nyo rin yung kondisyon ng mga mahal nyo sa buhay once you know kung ano yung talagang sakit nila.
Oo. And siguro, I think this is gonna be the first time I'd ever talk about this publicly, even privately. A few years before, or a few months before my mom passed, siguro, hindi ko na rin, parang, I felt like she wasn't there anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Like physically nandun siya sa kwarto pero
There are times I would dadalaw ako sa kanya sa Marikina. Pagkatapos ko ihatid yung mga anak ko sa school, pupunta ako sa kanya. And then titingin lang siya sa akin. Tapos parang very welcoming. Hawakan niya ako sa kamay. But she wouldn't mention my name.
right, because nag-progress na
alam
yung
ko,
ano niya.
nagsa-struggle siya with the way she would look at me. She's struggling to remember, sino nga ito? Alam ko, importante sa akin tong taon to.
How did you feel?
Well, at first it was, Mami, Eric po, Eric. Ay, oo, anak, halika, kumusta na? And then she'd mention my wife, she'd mention the kids.
Yeah.
Pero kailangan niya ng trigger.
Yeah.
Kailangan niyang, sino nga ito? Ganun. And then, it came to a point na ayaw na niya magsalita minsan. Ganun na lang. So when we celebrated her 86th birthday, a few weeks before she passed, kasi she passed ng December 10, November 26 ang birthday nila ng ate ko. So ang galing ni Mami.
diba?
Niluwal niya yung ate ko ng sabay
Para
birthday
tipid.
niya. Oo.
Para tipid.
So, when we celebrated her 86th, ayun, masaya siya pero there was this certain parang blank stare madalas.
Oo, because of her condition.
Oo. And doon pa lang sabi ko nga parang, okay, we're slowly, I am, siguro sa akin, hindi ko na dadama yung mga kapatid ko or yung mga iba pa naming mga kamag-anak. I felt like I was slowly losing my grip
On your mom.
on my mom.
Okay. Or what you remembered of her.
Yeah. So I saw her I saw her expire literally sa hospital. I was just there to sign a few papers na mayroong gagawing procedure sa kanya. And by the time I got there, kasi she was in a section na bawal, parang siyang COVID, kasi nag-positive din siya sa COVID.
Yes.
So, bawal lang iba, bantay lang ang nandun. So, pumipirma ako sa nurse's station. Yung bantay, nakita ko tumatakbo palabas. So, yung patient ko, ganyan. Parang di na gumagala, di yata humihinga. So, when the orderlies and other doctors and nurses rushed doon sa room niya, na kinonvert na parang ICU, naiwan nilang bukas yung pinto.
Oh.
So, nandun ako sa labas.
So nakita mo.
She was being revived. Ganun pala. I mean, I wouldn't wish that on anyone to see your loved one being revived because it's not something na basta hindi ko siya i-recommend na makita ninyo. And then finally when they noticed na bukas yung pinto, a doctor came out and then explained sa akin na she's being given shots of, I forgot the name. Meron yung pang-revive na gamot basta. And up to a certain number lang, 10 or 11 or 12 yata. After that, they would stop.
Yeah.
And nung lumapit siya sa akin, si Mami nun was nakaka 7 or 8 doses na yata. So it didn't take long. Walang 15, 20 minutes. Lumabas siya ulit. Sabi niya, lampas na po dun sa pupwedeng number of times na i-inject.
Yeah.
So, we need your decision if ko-continue pa namin or not. And then I was like, parang, okay, anong kailangan mabilis? So, I was thinking, sige na, I'd let you guys, do what you have to do. Kung kailangan itigil nyo na. I don't want my mom suffering anymore.
So nakita mo yung, you saw her from a very vibrant person, tapos yung decline ng health niya until nung nawala siya.
Teacher siya eh. For the longest time, she was a public school teacher. And then upon retirement, she became a private school teacher. Dalawang beses siya nag-retire.
Tsaka si tita, alam ko, very, very, di ba, machika, makwento.
And then the sudden turnaround, na dapat dun pa lang na nalaman na namin na, oops, hindi ito normal.
Oo. Pero alam mo, you can't blame yourself for not catching certain things. Ako naman, sa daddy ko, like you, mommy ko rin ang kasama ko growing up. Kasi my mom and my dad, they separated when I was young. Although, I would still see my dad's side. Kasi tuwing Pasko or whatever, may gatherings. Pero nasanay na ako na malayo siya. Makita ko siya, graduation, merong importanteng bagay sa buhay namin, nandun siya. And we had a relationship. Hindi naman yung tipong completely estranged. Pero syempre, nung tumanda ako, fun fact, ang daddy ko, isa sa mga naging trabaho niya when he was in his 30s, he was here in ABS-CBN.
Oh, okay.
So, nagtrabaho din siya dito. My dad. So, fun fact yon. Anyway, kaya ako nabanggit yon was because when I was already working, nasa MOR na ako noon. Actually, double R pa lang. Double R. Kasi 2004 to 2003. Yeah. 2004.
For context, WRR 101.9 for life. Yeah.
Hindi, kung saan kami DJ at doon kami unang naging magkaibigan.
Yeah.
My dad was living in the province sa La Union kasi meron sila bahay doon. And then he came here. Tapos tumawag siya sa phone ko, ibang number ang gamit. So sabi ko, sino ito tumatawag? Sumagot ako, daddy ko, kung ako maganda boses. So maganda boses nun.
Wow.
Hello. Sino to? Hello, is this Rosel? So, yeah, sino to? Sabi niya, it's your dad. Si Papa to. Pa, nandito ka, nasa Manila ka. Tapos, nakita kami. Sabi niya, asan ka? Nandito ako, bumili ako ng mga libro. Bumaba siya ng Manila. He didn't bring a car. Nag-bus siya. Meron siya mga binili. Okay. Sabi ko, nandito. Sabi niya, punta ka sa ABS-CBN ka ba? Ganyan. Nagkita kami dyan sa may Tropical Hut.
Okay.
Oo. Nag-Jollibee kami. Kasi nag-national siya, tapos nag-Jollibee kami. That was a Thursday. And then, sabi niya, nandiyan ba yung anak mo? Dalhin mo naman. Sabi mo sa asawa mo, dalhin. And we lived very close to ABS at that time. So, dinala namin yung si Summer at that time, yung panganay ko. She was only 3 at that time. She was still a baby. And nagsama kami for that afternoon. Ang random. Hindi niya ako pinupuntahan sa office. Hindi naman ako, wala kaming relationship na gano'n na for him to just pop up out of nowhere. Nagmerienda kami, nanlibre siya, binilhan pa nga niya ng Jollibee Kiddie Meal, ang aking anak, na may laruan na Elmo. O diba hanggang ngayon naalala ko mga bagay na to. Tapos he kept saying na, I'm so proud of you, nasa ABS ka, sana yung career mo, ang galing na na-achieve mo, gusto ko kayo ng mga kapatid mo. So I didn't think anything of it. And then, sabi niya, I think I need to buy a BP. So, pumunta kami sa Mercury kasi di ba may Mercury sa tabi ng Tropical Hut.
Tatawid ka lang nun.
Tatawid ka lang. So, pumunta kami. Nag-Jollibee, Tropical, tapos pumunta kaming Mercury. He bought a BP. Alam mo, ang taas ng BP niya, Chong. Sobrang taas. That time. It was crazy high. I can't even remember. Siguro, I'm blocking it from my memory kasi ayokong tandaan kung gaano kataas. Tapos sabi ko, pa, gumanon ako. Tapos sabi nung babae doon sa counter, yung kahera, sir, mataas po yan. And my dad, being my dad, daddy ko kasi 6-footer yan eh. Laking mama.
Oo.
Laking mama. Tapos sabi niya, marami lang akong ininom na kape kanina. Tapos ako yung, pa, ang taas niyan. Tapos sabi niya, no. I just had a lot of coffee. And being my dad, ganun siya eh. Very, very, very cool. Okay. Cool na tao yun eh. So ako yung, okay, sabi mo.
Oo.
And then, we spent the rest of the afternoon together until nung gabi. Tapos sabi niya, okay, I'm gonna take the bus back to La Union. So, bye. Thursday yon. Thursday. So, nakauwi siya sa kanila. Thursday na hapon yun, nakauwi siya dun sa bahay niya Friday. Friday ng gabi pa, Saturday na. Bale, Saturday na madaling araw, yung mommy ko tumawag sa bahay ko. Kasi nakabukod na ako noon eh, may pamilya na ako. Tumawag si mom. Sabi niya, Rosel, I have to tell you something. Sabi ko, what's wrong? Your dad, wala na si papa mo.
Oh.
So, Thursday ko siya nakita, Sabado ng madaling araw, wala na siya. And it was that fast. Tapos in hindsight, iniisip ko lahat ng mga sinabi niya na, I'm proud of you. Yung mga gano'n na
would you believe that it was yung sinasabi natin mga Pinoy na
nabilin?
Oo.
O yung mga
naghahabilin na?
Naghahabilin? I don't know, maybe. Hindi ako naniniwala doon noon.
Premonition.
Oo, na parang, and then I blamed myself. Well, one yung premonition kasi ang dami niyang, I'm proud of you. Ang galing mo, alam kong marami ka pang magagawa. Iniisip ko mga kapatid mo. Yung parang, saan galing yan? Cool nga na tao daddy ko eh. Dati pang DJ din yun eh. Nag-DJ din yun.
Wow, okay.
Ganda pa ng boses, diba? So, parang ako, ang weird. Ba't ka ganito? Tapos, I was also blaming myself kasi sana kinulit ko siya. Sana kinulit ko siya na, pa, yung BP mo. Andyan lang yung St. Luke's Andyan lang yung Capitol.
Yeah.
Halika na, tricyclein na natin.
Oo.
Pero hindi, I didn't do that. And so, I guess, for a time, I was trying to deny the fact na hindi pwedeng wala siya. Kasi nung Thursday ko lang siya nakita eh. Tas Sabado ngayon. And hindi kami, kumbaga, maliit pa yung anak ko, we had so much more time sana together. 'Di ba? Na parang, at that time, inisip ko, teka, hindi pwede. So that's, I think, the first stage.
Yeah, the first stage
Denial.
of grief. Denial. Oo. Parang yung sa akin din na, hindi ko, I refuse to believe that it all happened that fast.
Yeah.
Na yun nga, pag alis ko ng ospital nun, kasi my brother who lived in Guam, gusto sana niyang humabol para makita si Mommy. Because all of us, although we didn't talk about it, alam namin this could be the final time na ma-hospital siya.
Yeah.
Kasi it was different. And she was 86 already. Tapos iba dun sa mga pagkaka-hospital niya dati.
Yeah.
So, nakaschedule yung lapag ni Kuya December 10. Ng around 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. Mga ganun yata. And si Mommy, she expired ng 6 or 7 p.m. So from the hospital, binilin ko ulit dun sa bantay. Dito ka lang kasi may mga sasabihin sa'yo. I was just parang naka-auto autopilot.
Yeah.
So pag alis ko ng hospital, umuwi pa ako eh. And I didn't know how I got home.
Wow.
Yung maneho ko from Marcos Highway to Project 4, Quezon City, wala akong matandaan hanggang ngayon. Hanggang ngayon. Natatandaan ko na lang binubuksan na ni Vicky yung gate ng bahay namin para makapasok ako. And then, ang unang-una kong ginawa, hinubad ko yung damit ko. Tapos tinapong ko.
Wow.
And kailan ko lang ulit nasuot yung damit na yun.
Oh my gosh.
Oo. Ang dumi pa nga niya eh. Hindi ko nilaban.
Pinapatawa mo ako eh.
Yeah. Kasi, naalala ko yung gabi.
Oo.
Whenever I see that shirt. So I think, yeah, that's,
Parang you wanna deny it ever happened.
Yeah. Tapos, sabi nga ni, my wife was so concerned na, diretso ka pa ba ng airport? Kaya mo ba? Sabi ko, I have no choice.
Kasi para sunduin yung kuya mo.
Yeah. Tsaka, ayoko rin magstay. Ayokong pumirmi. Ayoko. I need to be up and about.
Correct.
I need to move. Tapos, ayun, sinamahan naman niya ako. Papuntang airport, nagalit na ako nun eh. I was angry at the situation. Kasi, yun na, ang dami ko nang iniisip na sinong dapat sisihin.
Totoo yun.
Parang si Michael B. Tinon dapat. Hindi.
Pero totoo, kasi diba they say, it's denial, then anger. Pero alam mo, not necessarily in that order Denial, then you get mad. Magagalit ka. In my case, nagalit ako sa dalawang bagay. Nagalit ako na nawala siya. At nagalit ako sa kanya. Sa kanya ako nagalit talaga. Kasi parang sa akin, teka lang, Chong. Ang cool mo kasi.
Oh.
But bakit hindi ka pumayag na nung sinabi kong maka-heart attack ka na eh, 'di ba? Nagalit ako sa sarili ko na I should have spotted this. I should have dapat kinontra ko siya. And then nagalit ako sa kanya kasi parang for the longest time ang relationship namin ng daddy ko, yun nga, cool. And then, bigla siya nag-open up sa akin na I'm so happy, I'm so proud of you.
Tapos yun pala, parang patikim lang pala to, tapos wala na.
Wala na. Tapos nilabas niya yung anak ko, kumain kami doon sa Jollibee. Ito madalas namin gawin ni Mommy. 'Di ba? Kasi tulad mo, si Mommy laging nandyan. So lagi kami nagsisimba sabay kasama ng anak ko. Ito ngayon lang niya kami nilabas. Tapos parang for me, ba't naman ganun?
Tapos na kagad.
Diba? No, ito na. Hindi. For me kasi parang, wait, teka lang, Brad, ngayon mo lang kami nilabas. Ba't nangyari? So I was, for the longest time, oh my gosh, I was really, really angry. Thank you. Sorry.
Buti na lang may nireading tissue yung producer
natin. Nga, kasi alam niya, hindi totoo. Papa, ewan ko sa'yo. Siguro, knowing him, I'm sure matatawa yun. Na umiiyak ka. Kasi I was angry at him. I was angry at him kung kailan kami naging close. Tapos napag-usapan pa namin yung tungkol sa ABS, working here, na ang dami niyang tips. Tapos ako yung, teka, wala pa ako sa 1/4 ng career ko. Umalis ka na agad.
And then probably, nandyan na rin yung next stage would be like bargaining. What if mas mahabang panahon pa kitang, or mas mahabang panahon mo pa akong napakinggan sa radyo? Diba?
Exactly.
What if there was a chance na I would have guested you in one of my programs?
Diba? Or nakita mo nung nanalo kami ng KBP Golden Dove Award.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. There was a sort of bargaining on my part kasi siguro sa akin, I didn't get to spend that much time. What more if, kunyari katulad mo, your whole life kasama mo mami mo, gusto mo pang patagalin yun di ba? So you kind of bargain with the world na sana kung makita ko lang siya uli or makausap ko siya uli.
Because you know what? Come to think of it, my mom was my biggest fan. Grabe, sobra. Iniiwas ko lang lagi dati, tinatawanan ko lang lagi, pero when she talk about how she would listen and how she would invite her co-teachers to listen to my program. Tapos minsan binabraso niya yung faculty room na, teka, yung radyo, ba't sa ibang stasyon niya? Ganun.
Tita.
She was my biggest fan. And then she never wanted to be so obvious about it pag whenever I was around. Pero hindi, lumalabas din talaga. And minsan nga, ang tawag niya na sa akin nun, China Heart, hindi na Eric.
Fans na fans.
Oo. And yeah, she was so proud of what I achieved. Ang regret ko lang siguro, hindi ko masyadong naparamdam sa kanya that it was a welcoming experience for me. There was a welcoming feeling for me.
Yeah.
That she was so happy. Para sa akin nun parang, okay, sige.
Kasi mami mo siya
Oo. And ang daming opportunities na lumampas lang ng ganun. Pero siguro, isang hindi ko rin makakalimutan is I knew yung MOR Pinoy Music Awards 2018 or 2017 was gonna be my last on stage. As a host.
As a DJ.
As a DJ. 2018 nga yata yun kasi December 2018 I decided to call it off already.
Yeah.
Nag-off na ako ng mic. So, I made it a point na imbitahin siya to be there sa Araneta. Kasi before that, ang haba nung panahon na hindi siya ini-invite to any station function, event, or whatever. And then I invited her doon. And comparing the photos I had when she was younger, na nasa Araneta rin, sa isa sa mga double R events natin dati, to that 2018 photo, parang doon ako unang tinamaan na, she was just there for me every time.
Wow.
And ang dami kong pinalampas. So, what ifs would always be there, especially when it comes to thinking about kung ano yung mas nakapagpahaba sana nung state na wala siyang dementia.
Yes.
Diba?
Oo.
Kasi ang ano lang naman doon for people who'd be in that same situation, anuhin nyo lang. Make sure yung patient, the one who's having, the one who has Alzheimer's dementia, kailangan lang active siya lagi.
Yeah. Bigyan ng exercise.
Make her play solitaire. Make her dance. Make her sing. Kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin talaga. Unfortunately, there's no cure. Kailangan, ang magagawa lang ng doktor at ng mga gamot is to ease the transition from being sharp to being really, out of it.
Did you undergo, let's say, like a period of, after that initial shock and sadness, na-depress ka ba? Did you undergo like a period of depression? They always say there's that period of depression. would you say, or would it be like, kasi minsan, you don't necessarily realize na malungkot ka na pala or depressed ka.
Yeah. Ang masama nito kasi, nung nangyari yun, hindi na hybrid yung work ni Vicky, ng wife ko. Hindi na siya work from home.
Yeah.
So, Monday to Friday office na siya.
Yeah.
And then the kids, Monday to Friday school. Hybrid pa ako. So, ang daming time na nasa bahay ako mag-isa. And there are times na trabaho. Mapatigil ka bigla, stretch kang gan. Pag stretch mo, maalala mo siya.
Yeah.
And that's when it hits you hard.
That's true.
It really hits you hard. So, I don't know. Maybe the Lord was just so good. Start ng 2023, binigyan niya kami ng aso. Yeah, I'm not a dog person. Ang dog para sa akin, bantay sa labas. Naka-cage, naka-leash, ganun. February 2023, my sister-in-law and my brother, dinalan nila kami ng puppy. So, sa bahay. So, okay. Cute, ganyan. Okay, nahuli niya yung loob ko. So, naging fur dad ako bigla, di ba?
From someone na hindi mahilig sa dogs.
So, hindi ko naman alam that December the same year mawawala si Mommy. And good thing. You know, sabi ko nga, everything happens for a reason. And kaya kami nagkaaso. Kasi siya yung nagiging ano ko nun. That dog was my, how do you call this? My emotional crutches during those times.
Anong pangalan ng dog na?
Si Arya.
Si Arya.
After Arya Stark of Game of Thrones. Ayan. Si Arya yung ewan ko, siya yung sumasalo ng emotions ko nun. She would know when I'd cry out of nowhere, she'd jump on my lap.
Yeah.
And just start licking me all over.
Right.
Sabi ko, sana tao ka. Pero hindi. Yun yung kung nagka-depression, siguro.
Ako din I can't
Pero
tell.
yung aso yung nagtawid sa akin doon.
Yes. Siguro dahil ba Gen X tayo? Dahil walang feelings sa atin?
Pinalaki tayong ganun. So,
Umiyak ka. Pero ako naman magbibigay sa tissue. Ayan na.
Mas gusto ko yung kamay. Tapos didilaan ko yung maalat.
Hindi, pero kasi diba, like, you come to a point na, ako personally with my dad, hindi ko naramdaman yung depression. Maybe because after that, I buried it in all sorts of things. And then you matututo kang mabuhay na may nangyari sa'yong ganun. Yung sinasabi nga nilang acceptance. And dala-dala mo siya, and then you don't know. Katulad ngayon, sabi ko kanina bago tayo mag-shoot, si Eric ang iiyak dyan. Promise, yung, tagal na nun.
Oh.
And then, turns out, ako yung unang umiyak. Kasi, you accept it, but sometimes it just hits you hard.
Yes.
Kasi syempre may nawala na yung taong nandun dati na alam mong nandun, nasa space na ginagalawan mo, wala na eh. And the only way you can remember that person is, of course, commemorate his life, pray for him, maalala mo siya, be the best you can be na matutuwa siya.
Yeah.
Pero wala eh. Wala na yung taong yun. And I think that's it's the easiest and the hardest part to learn to live na wala na yung taong yun. Easiest kasi wala ka ng choice. Wala na yung taong yun eh. Hardest because you have to accept it every single day. Araw-araw na ginawa mo, wala ka na magagawa. Wala nang rewind. Wala nang, shock, sana pinigilan ko siya sa ganito, sana naging ganito ko sa kanya. Wala na. I-accept mo na lang na this person is already past. And you just have to move on.
Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng matenga na lang.
Exactly.
I mean, they wouldn't want that.
Oo naman.
They wouldn't want that.
Oo naman. Ayaw nila yun.
So, siguro, from that point on, you accept it and you start living your life in a way that would honor them.
Exactly. Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
I mean, if you were medyo bad boy, bad girlish type nung buhay pa sila, ngayon wala na sila, diretso mo na yung buhay mo.
Yeah.
To honor them.
Exactly. And
Diba?
And sabi nga nila, pwede namang malungkot. Oo naman.
Yes, of course.
Huwag kang malungkot. Alam naman, hindi ka malulungkot, mahal mo yung tao.
Oo.
That was a part of your life. So, you do have that grief. But that grief can be with you. Sabi nga nila, grief on a sunny day. It can be, pwedeng kasama mo yung lungkot na yun, pero hindi kailangan yung lungkot na yun ang bumalot sa'yo.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Like, tama ka. I guess, like me, in what I do now, I'm back in school. My dad was a really, really big intellectual. Ang talino nun. Sobra. Feeling ko, mas matalino pa sa akin yun. Sabi nga ng lola ko, na yung mauna, sa lahat daw ng mga anak niya, papa ko raw pinakamatalino. So whenever I read a book, I remember his books in the house. I remember him. And whenever I do something na related sa work natin, naaalala ko siya. So I feel like, in that way, I'm honoring him.
Yeah.
May sadness, oo, pero nabubuhay ka with that memory.
Basta ang akin lang, we can grieve all throughout our lives. But you just have to find a way to live with it. Kasi yung grief talaga, para sa akin hindi yan mawawala.
Yeah.
You'll grieve your loved ones all your life. But you have to live with it. You have to do something about it. Kailangan mong gawin na isang araw, hindi ka na naapektuhan masyado, but you're still grieving.
That's true.
Yung grief, i-accept mo sa puso mo na yan ay nangyari. Yan ay binigay, nilagay, pinayagang mangyari ng Panginoon dahil meron siyang gustong iparealize din sa'yo. So you live with it every day as normal as you can be.
Yeah.
And then one day, hindi pwedeng sabihin nakalimutan mo na or wala na yung grief. Hindi. One day you'll just realize, okay, I've accepted it 100%. And I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good.
No, that's nice. Ako naman, ang akin lang, of course, grief, like you said, will always be there. But we also have to remember that there are still the people around us. At tayo mismo, we're still around. We're still alive. We're still here. So pag kami nangyayaring ganyan, you hug those who are near you. Because this is the life you can share with them in this moment.
Yeah.
And you never know when it can be gone. So live your life with that love for those around you and for yourself.
And for people who are grieving right now with no one around to hug them, I mean, you can call, we have government agencies na
Yes,
pwede
we
mong
do.
tawagan. We're gonna be flashing the numbers here. Pwede niyong tawagan kung meron kayong pinagdadaanan. Not just grief, but if you're
Kung malungkot ka, may
you're
pinagdadaanan
feeling
ka mabigat.
depressed,
Yes. That's another kind of grief
Hindi ko
in
kabisado
itself.
to pero flash the numbers
Flash it
here.
down below.
Oo.
At ako naman, siguro sa akin lang, if you feel like you liked our story, gusto mong mag-share din ng personal experiences mo, please, we'd be more than happy to read your stories. Tingnan namin yung mga kwento nyo. Kasi tuwing nababasa namin yung comments nyo, sobrang nakakaano sa amin yun, nakaka-uplift, natutuwa kami na tayong lahat, nagkukwentuhan, nagbibigay ng kanya-kanyang opinion, kanya-kanyang kwento.
Kahit nga gusto mo mang trip lang tapos magpanggap ka na mami ko, mag-message ka dyan, comment ka. Sige lang.
Baka maraming gumawa. Ang akin lang, we all have to just keep living. Ayan, diba?
Continue on with your life and make it a good one.
Uy.
So, until next episode, maraming salamat sa inyo at syempre hanggang sa muli, sabay-sabay nating isigaw ang
akin lang.